Buddy back again, and today we are doing something a little bit different. If you've been following my channel for any length of time, you would know that I am primarily a bladesmith on this channel. However, you would also know that I've been doing martial arts for the vast majority of my life. I started Taekwondo at a pretty young age, got my black belt in traditional World Taekwondo Federation style Taekwondo at the age of 16. There's me with my dad and my sister the day I got my black belt. And then I went on to study a couple of various other martial arts. And I've noticed that the videos I made where I show Tekken combos have kind of got some decent traction. So I figured I'd test the waters and do a video on Hwoarang, this guy. Hwarang is a Taekwondo fighter in Tekken, in the Tekken series, which is really funny to me because Taekwondo comes from 3 indigenous Korean martial arts, one of them being Hwarang Do, which was the martial art of the Silla Kingdom's feudal Hwarang warriors, hence the name Hwarang. In this video, we're going to go over how to do a few of these combinations, as well as which ones would be practical for Taekwondo for sparring, which ones would be practical for non-Taekwondo sparring, things like mixed martial arts or kickboxing, and which ones are just completely impractical or impossible to actually do. So let's get started. So the first combination is very simple. It is a jab followed up with a straight right hand, and then a leg kick that is a round kick, and a head kick off the same press. So you're going to chamber in the front, rotate down and over, strike the leg, retrieve, strike the head. Now, depending on which type of Taekwondo you're doing, whether this is World Taekwondo Federation style or international, so we'll refer to those as WTF and ITF styles. In World Taekwondo Federation style, this would be illegal, because in World Taekwondo Federation style Taekwondo, punching to the face and kicking below the belt is a no-go. In ITF, depending on the school, it is completely legal. However, where this would be great would be a kickboxing fight, because this allows you to distract your target with your punches while opening up the legs for a leg kick, and possibly the side of the head for that head kick. So, as you would have guessed, yet another combination that would be illegal in WTF Taekwondo. ITF Taekwondo or kickboxing is where this one would find its home. It starts again with that 1-2 to the head, followed up with that inside chamber to the body side kick. You know, I'm starting to suspect that Hwoarang is an ITF style Taekwondo fighter more so than a WTF style fighter. He really likes that 1-2 to the head. This one starts the exact same way as the last one, except instead of chambering in to throw the side kick or chambering out to throw the round kick, you simply rotate around the back, raise the knee, and throw the spinning heel kick to the side of the target's head. Now we're starting to get into some of the more WTF style Taekwondo. You often see, if you watch Taekwondo sparring or if you participate in it, chasing with that front leg chambered up to throw that side kick, or chasing with side kicks. So essentially what this is you're just chasing them down with those 2 side kicks before you see them open up on the side from blocking those side kicks for the round kick. So you would skip in, chamber, throw the side kick, retrieve, push, throw the side kick, and once you see that side's open, rotate over and throw the round kick. Yet another World Taekwondo Federation style move. Pretty much the same thing, except instead of going body, 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 you're going head, body, head. And the whole goal of doing this is to get your opponent to create an opening by blocking in the wrong spot. Because if you can confuse your opponent with your kicks, you're going to land one of them at least. Same exact thing. Chase them down and throw side kicks, and then when they find that opening, chamber up, spinning heel kick.
What?
Okay, once more in slow motion. That's an awkward one. I don't know exactly how effective that would be because the spinning heel kick relies on momentum and torque to deliver the power behind the heel strike. And you kind of take all that away by spinning the opposite direction first. I mean, if you're looking to score points, it could be good for point sparring, but it's an incredibly awkward movement for one, meaning it's going to be easier for your opponent to knock you off balance. And for 2, there's no power behind it, so if you're looking for a knockout, this is not a technique you want to try. And I can tell you as a fact, if you tried this in a kickboxing match, you would get your legs taken out from underneath you in a hurry. An oldie buddy goodie, round kick to the head, turning side to the body. Doesn't get much more simple, and it's effective across pretty much every platform if you find the right opening. You've probably seen this used in everything from kickboxing to MMA. Very simple. Chamber high, rotate at the hips, throw the round kick, set down with the heel facing the target, knee up, throw the turning side. So I'm not quite sure how I feel about this one. you got your side kick and your hook kick to, I'm guessing, get them to block in the front and on this side. And then you've got a spinning crescent kick. So you're going to come in, chamber up high, come up over the top and strike in a downward angular motion. That's usually meant for like the collarbone or for the neck or the side of the head. So I could see some practicality to this in Taekwondo sparring, but yet again, in kickboxing, if you're throwing multiple kicks with that leg in the same place, usually your opponent's going to cue in on the fact that they can just give you a good old ankle sweep or a hard leg kick and you're going to lose your balance. So instead of chasing with the front leg, we're rooting and throwing 3 side kicks to the head. And I'm guessing this is you desperately want them to cover their head up on the front. You can come around the side with that crescent kick. I mean, yeah, that could have some practicality in Taekwondo sparring yet again, especially World Taekwondo Federation style, but kickboxing and Muay Thai, especially MMA, that's just out of the question. So again, we have that rooting triple side kick going on, followed by one of my favorite kicks out of all of Taekwondo sparring, which is that tornado kick. And yeah, get them to guard high in the front, throw to the body really hard and fast with a confusing motion. That's going to throw off a lot of guys. It will work in Taekwondo sparring, but yet again, not for MMA, not for kickboxing. If you were going to use this in kickboxing, I would modify it to something simple, like a open side, skipping side kick into that tornado kick to the head, because that has had some practicality in kickboxing and MMA, because you're not striking the same exact place. There's a forward motion to it. There's some confusion going on with your opponent as what you're striking with and where you're attacking. It's much more practical. That skipping side kick, and then that Roddy round kick. Yeah, that works in Taekwondo sparring. You can get that to work in kickboxing sparring too if you time it correctly. Maybe even MMA, but it's not exactly going to be your knockout move. You could go for the head on that second kick if you're head hunting, but I don't really advise head hunting in a fight. It makes you far too predictable if you strike at the head way too often, way too many times. In my experience, the hardest guys to fight are the guys who can switch between your head, your body, and your legs in a hurry and seamlessly. Yes, it would be effective, and it would also get you disqualified from any fighting sport on the planet. You'll find that in every single fighting sport, it is illegal to throw a side kick to the knee of your opponent because it will bend it backwards and break their leg, or dislocate their kneecap at the very least and tear their ACL or MCL. Would it be effective? Absolutely. Would it get you disqualified and kicked out of fighting for the rest of your life? You're damn right. So where should this strike find its home? In a street fight. If you're ever forced into a self-defense situation, a side kick to their knee will end things rather swiftly. Now, Hwarang is a pretty dirty leg-kicking son of a... Basically, same as the last one. A side kick to the knee is illegal in striking of any kind of fighting sport. It will destroy your opponent's leg for the rest of their life. Great for a self-defense situation, though. Finally, we get into something that's a leg kick, and it's not illegal. You got that typical shin to thigh style leg kick, but instead of setting down right after, while they've been knocked off balance, you retreat, you throw the hook kick to the back side of the head. Be effective in Taekwondo, both ITF and WTF, be useful in kickboxing, and if you time it right, I could even see it being used in MMA. Contrary to popular belief, Taekwondo does have hand strikes. Traditional Taekwondo has ridge hand strikes and knife hand strikes. And I can tell you as a fact, they do actually work quite well. They're not meant for targeting the skull. Unlike a punch, you're aiming for the eyes or the neck with these types of strikes, possibly even the temple. And when you stiffen your hand up like this and strike the temple or the neck, you can cause quite a lot of damage. I'm not sure about the legality of this in MMA, but I do know if you're intentionally striking them in the neck with this, you're probably going to get disqualified depending on where you're fighting. Yes, all around, yes. Skipping side kicks work if you time them correctly. Next. In Muay Thai, you call it a teep. In Taekwondo, you call it a snap kick. Either way, it's effective if you hit somebody in the face with it. Snap kick to the body, turning side. Seen it in MMA, seen it in kickboxing, done it in Taekwondo. It'll work if you time it right. A retreating round kick. Staple for Taekwondo, incredibly useful in kickboxing. Pretty sure you could use it in MMA. I haven't seen anybody use it to my knowledge, but you guys really are sleeping on a pretty useful technique here. 360 turning long. Very useful in Taekwondo, somewhat useful in kickboxing. Probably wouldn't be landing it in MMA though. No. Hwoarang does know gravity exists, right? Nothing like a good hard front teep. Good way to knock anybody on their butt. Doesn't matter what martial art you're doing. Flying axe kick. Very effective for Taekwondo. Works good in kickboxing, and is honestly way too slept on in MMA. And everybody knows the turning side kick. That one just works no matter what you're doing. But it is starting to get pretty damn cold out here, so I'm going to end the video here. Let me know if you guys like this, if I should do more of these. I'm thinking of doing maybe a couple of other characters from Tekken, maybe a few from games like Street Fighter, or even some Mortal Kombat characters. And my goal with these is just to see what's practical, see how realistic fighting games are, and as far as I can tell so far, just by looking at this one character, not very at all. Fighting games have to dramatize fighting and make things that would destroy body parts not do that because you have that health bar. And if that first side kick to your knee destroyed your entire health bar, well, nobody would play the game, right? Or everyone would just use that one character and constantly kick the person in the leg and break their leg and win the fight immediately. But we'll see where it goes from here. If you have any suggestions for Tekken characters you want to see moves from, drop them in the comments down below. If you want to see other characters from other games, drop them in the comments as well. Like I said at the beginning of the video, I am primarily a bladesmith, so if you like blacksmithing or bladesmithing, check out my other videos where I make, test, and I sell weapons from knives, swords, polearms, all around. I've even got some maces and flails if you're looking. Until next time, God bless, stay sharp out there. If you liked what you've seen, do me a favor, do that thing right there. It really helps the channel grow. And if you're looking for a custom hand-forged object, check out the Etsy store. Link will be at the end of the video.